I think he looked like he was having a really good time making that video. Well, my name is Rochelle Rao. I'm going to be your host on this lovely afternoon. How's everyone doing? Some people are doing fine. How's everyone doing today? All right. Well, we're here to celebrate #LoveScotch. So let's put a smile on our face and celebrate the drink that we love. Well, in case all of you were wondering why we picked today of all the days to celebrate the the International Scotch Day, we did so because today is Alexander Walker's birthday. He is the son of John Walker. Yes, John. Of course, the most important part is that great company only enhances its flavor. When you taste Scotch whiskey, you're tasting something so much more than a drink. In a single sip, you are drenched with the glorious history of the craft, the generations of people that have helped to evolve it, and of course, the actual spirit of Scotland itself. Well, today I would like each and every one of you to put your hands together as we celebrate with Diageo the brands Johnnie Walker, Black Dog, Black and White, and VAT 69. So can we all put our hands together for all four brands, ladies and gentlemen? The Love Scotch initiative is about to get the world thinking, talking, and tasting the drink that everybody loves, everyone's favorite whiskey. And today, when we're talking about good company, I have two very wonderful people that I'd like to invite to join me. First, I'd like to invite the renowned actress and global icon, FREIDA Pinto, to come up. And I would also like to welcome Diageo's global whiskey master, Ian Gunn. Shall we take a seat? Well, I'll hand over to you, Mr. Gunn.
Thank you, and welcome everybody. Thank you all so much for joining us this afternoon. Now, we're here to celebrate International Scotch Day, and I think it's only appropriate that part of the celebration of the world's favourite whisky, we meet some of the people back in Scotland behind creating Scotch.
Journey of whiskey and Scotch whiskey, it's the past, it's the present, and it's the future as well. Well, FREIDA, I'm sure a lot of people here would like to know just how you like to drink your Scotch.
Well, because first of all, Johnnie Walker Black Label is my dad's favorite. And when I say the word dad every time, everyone thinks, oh, it must be like a boring old man's drink. And no. My dad, who is going to be here later tonight, is one of the most fun, most spirited people I ever know. Like, he's got a great sense of humor. So it's not a boring drink. So I do like it the way my dad drinks it, which is on the rocks. I love it. Yeah. But on a rare occasion, a very happy occasion, I do love it as one of my favorite cocktails, which is an old-fashioned.
Really? Well, see, I've been told over and over again that you're not meant to drink Scotch as a cocktail, so I don't know. Are we going to let the beautiful lady pass with that one, or?
We most definitely are. There are so many myths and rumours about how Scotch should and shouldn't be enjoyed. And actually, most of them are simply not true. You can enjoy Scotch however makes you happy. I enjoy Johnnie Walker Black Label on the rocks, but I also love it in a tall glass with ginger ale and ice. There's no right or wrong. Whatever makes you happy is the right way to enjoy it.
Well, I'm waiting for my dad to meet your dad, because my dad was like, you drink Scotch on the rocks. Well, tell me something. I'm sure you like to drink with your dad. Is there anyone else in particular that you love to drink a nice Scotch with?
I do love drinking with my dad, but the person I enjoy drinking with more is my sister, because we get into these duels actually about whose Scotch is better. And she likes the most smoky flavors. She just naturally veers towards something that's more smoky, and I just prefer the sweeter, more mellow flavors. So we always have a little bit of a battle every time that I drink the better Scotch, and then she goes, no, I drink the better Scotch. So my sister is definitely a Scotch lover like her father, and so I think it's great. It's in the family.
And how about you?
Well, one of the going back to myths, one of the myths we constantly hear is that Scotch is a man's drink. And I think Frida and her sister proved that wrong.
I think we can count me in on that one too. I love myself a good glass of Scotch. I think it's like, cricket. People think that only men love cricket. I think women enjoy it, and I think women enjoy a great drink and a good Scotch,
In
right?
fact, when women drink, I have a friend in Los Angeles who loves her Scotch, and every time she orders a Scotch, all the boys look at her going, "Oh, you think you're cool?" I'm like, "No. Why do you have to have that reaction just because you drink Scotch and women can't? That's rubbish. No, we're debunking that as well. That does not exist. Women love their Scotch as well."
And then the next question is, so let's see how many of those you can have, right?
Let's keep it to drinking responsibly. We drive a lot in LA, so there's not a lot of drinking and driving that I permit even within my friends group. So no, I think drinking responsibly is very, very important as well.
And I think in India as well, that's something that we're starting to talk a lot about and discuss a lot about as well. Get a driver, drink responsibly. Honestly, I like to enjoy my drink at home. I think that's the most comfortable place. You have your friends and family who are closest to you there, and you don't have to drive anywhere afterwards.
Get an Uber. It's okay. Uber is getting very popular over here as well. So.
Well, speaking of home, both of you, of course, you're Indian. You've spent a lot of time here. If you had to pick an Indian dish that you would like to drink a nice Scotch whiskey with, which one would it be?
Well, for me, last time I was in India, as I mentioned, I love Johnny Walker Black Label. It's got a signature smokiness to it, and for me that goes beautifully with some of the spicier foods, which obviously India is famous for. So that's one of the combinations I love. I actually had some Johnny Walker Black Label with a tandoori dish, so I had that lovely smokiness and intensity all the way through it, and it was absolutely beautiful.
That sounds absolutely delicious as well. How about you, Frida?
Well, I guess I'm going to be no different than in that case because I was going to go for the spicier dishes as well, like your kebabs and stuff like that. Somehow or the other, I think it's also staple in our homes where we do drink Scotch. There's always like a kebab or a chicken tikka. So I guess I think I would go down the same route. And I actually don't enjoy having a lot of sweet flavors with Scotch in general. So I guess it wouldn't work with Indian food as well to have something sweeter.
And I think it's a bit of a part of the Indian tradition as well. You see your dad and, all the uncles sit down with their food, with their nice Scotch whiskey. I think that's one of my memories from my childhood as well. Well, Frida, have you ever thought of giving a Scotch bottle as a gift? Have you ever received one?
Well, it's the only gift I know how to give without even batting an eyelid. So it's like the easiest, because I know what I'm buying, I know what someone else will like, because... well, I guess, whenever you're at duty-free, I don't know how many people have this experience, but every time I'm going through an airport, it's either my sister or my dad, can you buy me this and can you buy me that? So duty-frees are reserved for Scotch.
I couldn't agree more. How about you guys? How many people have done that in the duty-free? Yes, we've got a whole bunch of hands up at the back. All right. Everybody knows what you're talking about today. Well, before we wrap this up, just if there's a message that both of you, would like to share with the millennials of today about Scotch whiskey, something that you would like to say?
Yeah, one of the things I would love to share is that Scotch is there to be enjoyed. We make wonderful Scotches at distilleries the length and breadth of Scotland, and we put care and attention into making them. So when you enjoy them, do enjoy them responsibly. We always talk about quality over quantity, and that's something that's always worth remembering.
And how about you, Frida?
Well, for me, I can't wait for all the millennials to understand how amazing and old-fashioned is. So maybe all the bars in India and Bombay, Delhi, all the metropolitan cities should now start making it this signature old-fashioned for everyone to try.
The
right?
Frida old-fashioned.
I mean, I would love to have my name attached to it, but I can't take credit for the Scotch that was not made by me. So.
All right, well, on that note, I would now like to draw your attention to something else that's very interesting that we've come up with. We have 4 brilliant art installations that we've put together to celebrate the International Scotch Day, and we have some of them here today as well for you to appreciate. If you look to your far left, you'll see Exhibit 1, which was created by Archan Nair. The Johnny Walker Striding Man installation interprets the nature of constant motion that inspires personal progress, alluding to the energy from creation to infinite evolution. Were you going to say something, Frida?
No, I'm trying, when you say far left.
I think it's
right at the
back there, yeah.
it's
It's at the back. I think everyone did have a chance to go and appreciate the art. If you haven't already, please do take a walk around the room and take in the beautiful pieces that we have here. We also have a piece by Tyrell Valederis. His work is an ode to the origin of Black Dog, the ethos of enjoying a pause moment. So we have that piece as well. The third piece that we have is by Jezreel Nathan. Jezreel installation holds uniqueness at its core and the ways in which it transforms a life, one of the essential values of the VAT 69 brand. And rounding up, we have a piece by Sachin Pillai, Simulacrum, which represents a visual echo of time based on the principle of feedback. So those are the 4 pieces that have been created to celebrate the International Scotch Day, and I invite everybody to take the time to go and have a look at that. Well, to speak a little bit more about it, I'd like to invite right now Tyrell Valederis and Sachin Pillai to please come and join us.
Congratulations. Great art.
Well, thank you for joining us. Of art that you have created. I don't think I did justice to them with my short introduction, so I will let both of you speak a little bit about your own creations.
Okay, so basically when Homegrown got in touch with me to do an installation, especially for a whiskey brand, I immediately thought of glass or oak or something related to wood, but I wanted to incorporate metal because I love working with metal. And of course the shattered glass came from the bottles, the idea of breaking things and working with them and then remolding them into something else. So the image that I actually have with the shattered glass is a gentleman fishing by the lake. It actually comes from the Black Dog logo. Yeah. So not too many people knew about the Black Dog logo being a fishing hook. So from fly fishing, I also made these chairs and tables out of the bottles, and the chairs actually are fish bones. So if you take a look at it,
it's beautiful.
So it's all related to fishing, so it's a subtle little statement there. But yeah.
Do you enjoy fishing yourself?
I really do, actually.
Well, that's good. It's come straight from the heart, hasn't it?
It has.
And how about you?
My installation is essentially based on...
You can sit on that.
I nearly
can.
did, and then I went, no,
table,
that's
there's a
art.
table
You don't
as
sit on art, but you can.
I tried jumping on it, though. Broke a couple.
No, it's so fantastic that you can actually bring in this occasion, which is, we're celebrating International Scotch Day, but you can celebrate the history behind those various Scotch bottles that you've actually used for your inspiration and merge it into art. At the end of the day, for me, that's like the most fascinating. How can you continue keeping it so relevant and so fresh and, make people come to it more and more and more? So this is just such a fantastic collaboration initiative, both of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you have something else you'd like to add to that? Mr.
Yeah,
Dim?
I was experiencing the art earlier, and for me, I just loved how pioneering it was. And I think that actually talks to everything that goes behind our brands. If you look at the Walker family, if you look at the development of VAT 69, all of our brands came from pioneer individuals and families who dared to step outside their comfort zone and do something new and exciting. And that's what this art talks to me. It's beautiful.
It is absolutely stunning. Can we have a round of applause for both of these beautiful creations that we have here today? Please, if you haven't yet experienced it, take a walk around the room and experience it for yourself. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for your creations, and enjoy. #LoveScotch.
Always.
All right, well, thank you so much. Let's have another round of applause for them. Thanks a lot. Thank you for joining us. Well, so much of, like you said, the past and the present, and I feel like we're, bringing in the future right now as we sit here, the future of the love of Scotch whiskey in India and the world. And we have something new that we have come up with, isn't it? The personalized bottle. Maybe you'd like to tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I would love to. So one of the things that we're very conscious of is the trend towards personalization. People want unique experiences tailored to them individually. And actually, as part of Love Scotch, we're now activating that in India, where you can personalize your own bottle of Scotch whiskey. Now, we're doing this in 400 stores across India, and actually, it's a very simple mechanic. You can go online to lovescotch.co.in. You can log in either a photograph or a message, and they will actually print that onto a bottle label for you. So it makes a beautiful gift. I don't know, for your next movie, Freida, maybe you can give that as a gift to, maybe not everyone on set, but maybe the director, yeah.
There are some people who I don't think I would give it to right away. Drinking responsibly, right? Remember
Of
we
course.
Wow, that sounds really cool. I would love a bottle with my name on it, actually.
I think that can be arranged.
Really?
We can arrange it right now, actually.
Do you have a bottle with my name on it?
We do. We
You do?
And I would be delighted to give one to each of you.
Oh, wow.
So, Freida, this one's for you.
Oh, thank you so much.
And Rochelle, this one's for you.
Nice. Shall we show this to them? Yeah?
Absolutely, yeah. Oh, yeah, of course.
All right, so don't worry, all of our friends from the media and the press, we're still around. We'll do some more pictures, and Mr. Gun will also be here to interact with you, to answer some of your questions, so you can speak to him as well. That brings us to the end of the session right now. Again, I would like to invite each and every one of you, please take a walk around the room, enjoy the art, and have a wonderful time celebrating the World Scotch Day. Hashtag Love Scotch. All right, thank you so much, Freida, for being with us today. Thank you so much for celebrating with us. And, well, I'll let you enjoy your bottle, yeah? All right, thank you so much.
Hello. Ma'am, here, ma'am. Pida मान लीजिए. Ma'am, here. Pida मान लीजिए. The center. Center. Right, please. Right. Thank you. Pida a little more, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Look at me. One more. Hello.
I'm sorry, this side.
Yeah. Pida here.
You're all trying to come. You want to go?
Pida this side.
You can. I'll do it.
Right. Center. Hello. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Ma'am here. Ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah, ma'am here.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
About what's happening over here. It's International Scotch Day, as we know.
Right.
So, what do you want to say about being here? How's the feeling?
First of all, I'm very happy to be in Mumbai, to be, my hometown, to be celebrating International Scotch Day. We have just finished a part of the tour, which was I started off in Manila, and my fellow partner is in Scotland and Mexico City, Coco Rocha. So it's kind of nice that we get. ये तो मेरा पूरा चेहरा cover करेगा. ऐसे यहाँ पर. Because he's poor guy. He just covered my whole face. So yes, I'm super happy to be in Mumbai, my hometown. Especially for me, this is especially more important because my dad loves his Scotch, and so a part of me was very excited that I could partner with them for #LoveScotch.
And how long will you be in India for, Ravi? Starting today?
Why? Do you want to know that?
Just one more question, please.
I'm leaving tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay. So, will you tell us something about your upcoming projects? Because everyone is waiting for Freida to be a part of a Bollywood film, But as we all know, you'll be
Really?
doing Jungle Book also.
Yeah.
So, can you just tell us something about your upcoming projects or something?
No, I'm very excited for April. I have a TV series, a mini series actually, that is coming out on Showtime and Sky Atlantic. I'm not sure on what channel it'll be here in India, but I'm super excited about it because it's very topical. And we'll see when Bollywood happens. It'll happen, and you guys will be interviewing me back then, whenever it happens.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Sir, please. Sir, thank you guys.